Hi, this is Mike Pekor at Long Island Hypnotherapy, www.liphypnosis.com. And in this short video, what I'd like to do is to address the younger viewers, kids, early teens, and late teens. I'd like to talk to you about the nature of peer pressure and ways that you can completely avoid falling prey to it. Peer pressure is the pressure that you feel when you're with a group of people or a single person that makes you do things that later on you say, wow, you know, I really didn't want to do that. I just kind of did it because I was expected to, or I felt like I was expected to. For instance, let's say you're a kid and you get invited over to your friend's house, and you go over there and everything's fine, but then the parents go out. Now it's you and the kid. And then the kid's older brother comes home and says, hey, I'm bringing over about 10 of my friends. And then the 10 friends come over, and now they turn on the music and they're having a party, and you're feeling like, wow, this is amazing. Look, I'm hanging out with the coolest kids around and there's no parents here. And then the older kids start pulling out things that you're not sure what they are. Pills, things that look like cigarettes, powders, they're sniffing things, or they're drinking alcohol, or you're not sure what's going on, but you have a very strong feeling that it's not something they would be doing if the parents were still home. Now, you feel a little bit torn because in one sense you're excited about the fact that you're with these older kids and there's no parents and they're doing things that are a little risky. But on the other hand, you're not so sure you're interested in doing those things. In fact, you're feeling a little frightened inside. But you don't want to show that because you want to feel like these kids will accept you and welcome you as part of the group. And you don't want to be known as, like, you know, being afraid, or I don't want to use any negative words here, but there's name calling and making fun, and you're not looking for that to happen either. So you're kind of in a jam. Here's what you need to do. You need to know that the situation I described, or something similar to it, is going to happen to you. You will be offered things that you're not sure about. Is it drugs? Is it alcohol? I don't even know. You will be offered drugs and alcohol at some point in the future. And you must have already practiced saying things like, no thanks, I'm not with that. That's not for me. I don't do that. No, thanks. No, I gotta get going. No, my mom and dad drug test me once a month. That's an excellent strategy you can use. You can say, no, I can't, I get drug tested. Why? Why would you say that? Number one, because it explains why you won't do it. It's not because you're afraid, or because you don't think it's right, or because you don't think it's cool. It's just that you'll definitely get busted. You will get caught because your parents drug test you. Whether or not that's true, it's a great way to save face. In other words, to still look like maybe you are cool, but yet you don't do the drugs and you don't do the alcohol. And also, you must practice knowing that drugs, alcohol, and something like dog poop are all basically the same thing. Would you ever put dog poop in your mouth? No matter how many kids were standing around you saying, come on, what's wrong with you? Just do it. We did it. Come on, what's wrong? What are you afraid? You would never, ever do it. Because in your mind, that's just something that is just out of the question, disgusting. You would never do it. The same thing has to go for alcohol and drugs. You just know already, before the situation ever comes up, it's not for you. You don't do drugs. You don't like drugs. You're not in favor of drugs. It's just not part of your life, and it never will be. That's the mental attitude you have to practice. It's called mental rehearsal. You rehearse in your mind what you will do when the situation comes up. Just like an athlete rehearses in his or her mind how they're going to perform in the big game. They wake up in the morning, they picture themselves stretching out, feeling good, full of energy, feeling physically at their peak. They get on the field or the court and they see everybody else as if they're moving in slow motion, but they feel like they're moving as fast and light and skillfully as they ever have in their life, and therefore their mind is conditioned. It's programmed to expect a positive result. You must condition your mind so that when you go into a party or in some place or behind the school or wherever it is that someone pulls out something and offers it to you, you're automatically, no thanks man, I'm not interested, I'm not doing that. My parents drug test me. No, I got a big game tomorrow. No, come on man, that's not me, that's not my style. You must condition your mind to know ahead of time that drugs are not for you. www.liphypnosis.com